Namaste Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555. For your message or massages, intel is afoot. Yes, my dear big cats, we've got one or two things to unpack today. Why? Because there's a D in the day, darling dear, and we have to be determined, right, to get to the bottom of things. Doing the usher, fist bump. The planetary energies are as we kick our way into this new glorious day gifted to us by the Most High. Well, guess what? The skullduggerous moon has slipped into Leo, the fifth house. The house of the heart, darling dear. It covers romance, children, all of this and that, darling dears. It's attempting to lift your aura. The influence of this phase in your life can exquisitely shape your future, darling dears. Why? It's allowing you to what? Get rid of what needs to be gotten rid of. What needs to be what? Evicted from your heart chakra. The lessons you'll be diving into today, darling dear, will bring major epiphanies. The light bulb will be going on and shining bright, blood. Jupiter makes a minor aspect with Saturn, prolonging a decision, longing it out, blood, longing it out for more than a hot minute. Yeah, but a decision must be made. The solution will be empowering once you what? Set aside your pride. Yeah. Think of this as what? A spiritual upgrade for today, gifted you by the what? Skullduggerous moon. Fist bump. Yes, baby. The Vindictive Ex Never thunk or thought you would be done. Stick a fork in it and pull yourself out of the oven of discontent. Always had you on the prior, eh? Hot, pressed, pumped, and perturbed. The only way that you must ever lean in, big cat, I've got to tell you something. Turn down the music. The only way you must go back and forth with someone is if you're dancing to Aaliyah. Yeah, you've got to be dancing to Aaliyah. That's the only time, right? But don't tell anyone. Let them wonder. You see, these exes, they make their hatred so clear. Yes. It's literally impossible for them to conceal said hatred. Everything they said and did showed their true form. But you had to what? Pay attention and understand that only one person was being made to look like what? A dummy bat. And now the other person was living life like it was golden as they tap danced on your hairline. Yeah. They never complimented you. Yes, in the beginning at the love bombing stage, darling, yeah, you was told that you what? Your step was light as a ninja, as you what? Walked like an angel. Your voice was dulcet like an angel, strumming on a harp. Next thing you know, before you can say, what's going on here? Your name is Harpy, bottom feeder, curse on their existence. All of this done that, darling dear. They always judged you. Why? They judged first that you was better than them, and they judged you, right? When you agreed with them. You did. In the beginning you agreed. Just by your actions, darling dear. You was doing piecework. Well, guess what? Our parents told us to get rid of toys that have no use for us. So we had to get rid of them. Basura. They love to throw this shade on you, darling dears. You know those ones that love to tell the what? Their truth in a joke and expect you to what? Laugh with them. Well, guess what? You stop laughing when you realize that what? I've got to turn up my intellect and disappear from certain hemispheres. They took the time to count your pentacali. When you got your promotions, they knew exactly how much money you was getting. Yes. Or in some cases, they counted your pentacali and told you it meant nothing. Rely on their wattage or wages. Darling dear, that was a trap. A trap to keep you stuck, that you can't what? Gather your gusto and get your pentacalis in line to what? Exit stage left, darling dear. They always talked about you to others, darling dears. In the darkest light, they was the biggest victim. According to them, they was what? Oliver Twist personified. And you was that wicked orphanage. orphanage overseer, refusing to give them more of the rotten oatmeal. Yeah, they talked about you, darling dear, and called you every name except a child of God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they'd give you a backhanded compliment, darling dear. Yes, yes, yes. You know that compliment. Of course, wear that synthetic wig that makes you look like what? Crack on crazy. Wear that one. Or your skin looks so better without makeup. The same makeup they met you in, darling dear, is now what? A curse on their soul. They want you plain faced and out there in public. Nothing wrong with that if that's how you flow, darling dears. But if they met you like that, they try to what? Take you out of your shiznai. They wanted you dressing up like what? Krusty the Clown in them streets, the blood. Your hair looking like what? Frankenstein's bride. Yes, that was adequate for them to tell you that you look lovely. That's a backhanded compliment, mate. They was always negative, darling dear. Whatever you did wasn't good enough. They was what? A major critique. Always on their high horse to bring you down, darling dears. Criticized your everything till you didn't realize that what? The only compliment they gave you, darling dears, when they wanted to what? Get you back in line and under the thumb as what? Hostage and victim situation, darling dear. I told you already. They were overly sarcastic. Yeah, taking a what? SHIT on any of your abilities, your words, your jokes, your ideas. Yeah, they were sarcastic. Why? Because they never would have thunk it, darling dear. They needed you as the energy pack to their back, darling dear. They never liked any of your pictures. No. They did it begrudgingly at first, but after a while they started to critique it, like anyone asked them for their what? Marks out of 10. That goes for what? Family members, friends, right? Colleagues, whatever. They couldn't dare like it. Why? They'd rather break off their finger and stick it up their own pompous. Well, anyway, let's carry on. They made their hate clear with everything they said and they did. And they're still saying and doing the same shiznai as they what? Adopt their false personas, right? To what? Stalk you, darling dear. Stalk you. They will stalking, mate, and they're watching with their mouth breathing ways and their Sputnik eye, trying to get into all of what you've got going on. Can't understand how you bounce back. Can't understand why you're flourishing and your hairline is what? Intact, darling dear, as well as your common sense. Your flip-flop, your go-to move, darling dears. You had to get a grip on yourself, Scotty. Don't be in a position that you have to grip yourself again, Scotty. Because I'm telling you, everything will be what? Receded and rescinded. Your ovaries, your hairline, your bank account, your confidence, your self-respect, all of that, just throw them out the window and invite them back in. You have to understand these what? Energy vampires can't cross your doorway unless you invite them in. They really can't. Right, let's call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection as we what? Call in the energies. Yes, baby, from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides. From Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies up, big cat. Let's see if you are going to be what? Exerting your badass alchemist ways. Because today is another day to get great, darling dears. So we'll be reading you in juxtapose after we get the runes on the table. Or should I go for the dot? We're going to go with the dominoes, darling dear. Oh, just the one. And let it be loud and proud. You've got a whole 10, darling dear. 10 for what? Completion, blood. Ending of a cycle and full-on transformation. Law number what? 25 of the 48 laws of power, darling dears. 10, 10. You're done again, darling dear. This is what? Flipping the script season, darling dear. You're, as far as they're concerned, you can what? Make wine from water. What they've seen you achieve in the short space of time, darling dear, as you got your common sense and your faith in the Most High back online. It speaks about what? An unexpected change in your prosperity. 10 also represents the Wheel of Fortune, darling dear. It's a date with destiny, good luck, and good fortune. a change of status. Somebody's getting a new role, darling dears. Or if you've got a business, whatever it is you've got going on, you're about to feel the what? The boss uppedness of you, darling dear. I told you you've got the bad ass alchemist ways. The energy, darling dears, of the four is the what? The Emperor, Mars and Aries energy. And what does that bring forth? It tells me that you are what? Well and truly in line with yourself. You are of one accord. You've got that what? Conscious mind under control, darling dear. And is using your feminine energy, which is your subconscious mind, to what? Manifest and recreate the paradigms that are fitting of what? A big cat. Getting on with their big cat things in a big cat chronicles kind of a way, darling dears. What's the matter with dummy butt? The energy of the sixth is what? The lovers, Gemini energy, darling dears, ruled by Mercury, which leading word is what? I think. Nothing like a big cat once they get quiet. You start thinking. And as I always tell you, darling dears, just to make sure that your thoughts are not ruminating and you've got the right facts, you get a post-it note and put down the highlights. We don't want a whole tome on what happened. That would bring you down that dark path of wanting to punch yourself in the face. I told you, we don't punch ourselves in the face. We smack ourselves across the face vigorously when we dare think we might go back, or what? There's a crack in our what? Fortitude, our spiritual armor, thinking that maybe I should just go back because they said they were sorry and they look like they're doing better. They've just finished sucking out someone else's energy's blood. I told you this already. And then there was Slim Jim telling us about the tossing of the salads. Yeah. We know about these things. That's why you're done. Done. Is that a remix? Yes, it's a dubplate remix of done. Finito. Finished. Bricked up. Right? Burnt the bridge. Right? And you look really, really snarly. If they dare interrupt you walking, darling dears. You look snarly. You're sarcastic. But you're not lying on them, darling. You just hit them up with what? A few facts. I told you we've adopted the memory of an elephant, just like that elephant in India that murked that lady twice. But anyway, I digress. Let's press on, darling dears, because I'm still going to pull a rune. We want some names on the tableau. Let me pull one from here, or two, whatever was. Oh, it's just the one that comes out. All right. Because it's over. Lack of progress, darling dear. Not moving. Not even checking for them. Boo. This is radio Cancer energy. Represented by the moon, darling dear, which represents Pisces as well as Cancer energy on its face. A lack of progress in life, darling dear. As you what? Transformed. Ended a cycle. They haven't changed one bit. They may have changed their underwear, but in some cases that is questionable. Can they take the what? White underwear test? These questions. Yeah, because something is loose and flatulent around them, darling dear. Not just their lying lips. I'm telling you. This and that, big cat. This and that. Yes, baby. Radio on its face, represented by the letter R. Numbers 28, 29, 30 and 31, darling dears. If you was involved with these people during this age of them, darling dear, this is when they was what? Getting the oil in their back. Using their what? Master and slave kind of mentality on you, darling dear. They was getting well and truly comfortable with being bad. Well, guess what happened to bad? Bad got missing. And now bad is real sad. Sad, sorry and missing. Let's go to the, I believe this is the gods and goddesses. Yeah. We're going to read the card that comes out because the ancestral messages come with some rules and regulations, darling dears. You're getting rules and regulations today. Let's give it a good shufti. On this wavy cloth that is the bane of my life at this moment in time, but I like the flashing of the lights. Listen, the obsessive compulsive in me, man, is getting skullduggerous. It might disappear in the night. I don't know. Oh, you have two, darling dear. End of a cycle. My card's a gangster. They don't ramp when they come through with the true. You had to change your face in this world, darling dear. You had to blind your eye. Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. Some of you may even be visually impaired, darling dear, and they use that against you. Or called you all sorts because of what? Your disability. Anything to make you feel like you was less than. And it also was you failing to see the truth, even though it was written on your forehead. What was that? Dummy bat, blood. I told you, they see you as a dummy bat, a cum bucket, right, and a bottomless pit of I'll take 'em back, blood. Yeah. Well, guess what? It's over. Finito. What's this? My cards ain't ramping. It says stand your ground, Scotty. Get a grip of what's going on. You spoke your truth in a difficult situation. Why? They was in the crowd, darling dear. They was in the same crowd that they tried to what? Time travel and bend the matrix in other people's minds. Yes, baby, amongst the flying monkeys. It was the blind amongst the blind, darling dear. You had to rise up and speak your truth. And you have to what? Continue to stand your ground. It also speaks about spiritual protection. When you see the water behind, it's about subconscious as well as the astral plane, darling dear. You're being protected in your sleep. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Why? Because you're a volunteer. And what? You have your mocha. Because you ain't getting smoked. And you realize having your mocha, you will not be everyone's cup of tea, especially when they're vindictive, bent out of shape with jealousy, darling dear, and going through all sorts of wickedness. They would love to tell you, oh gosh, somebody who you stood up against, darling dear, is not going for a lovely time. Cycles that are possibly meaning to end, supposed to end, darling dear, but they're keeping it rolling. I just noticed there's runes on this one. It's got a fellow world card. We've got the what? Oh, the judgment is on its face. Good golly and gosh. Lots of bad things going on, darling dears. We've got Ingus here. Male, it could be masculine energy or someone embodying masculine energy. Right? Yeah. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's got a sigil on it, darling dear. With the moon. We've also got the energy of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, darling dears, is the 9th house. Lean in. I'm going to tell you something else about the 9th house. Okay? It's what? The house of philosophy as well as religion as well as spirituality. It also speaks about ethics and higher learning. Listen, the higher learning that you acquired, darling dear, activated your ethics and you realized that you can't have it. You've only got one life to live. And crying every day is what a full-on funeral. Who wants to go to a funeral every day? Not me. I'm too busy getting great, blood. There is melons to be bought and cut precise so I can get my big cat bites. I've got things to do. Rather than ruminate over the past, darling, just get yourself a 5-pound bag of rice and count them one at a time. You're not allowed to use pen or paper. Can't write nothing down, so if you miscount, you have to start again. Rather than hold communion or union with somebody who is vindictive, darling dear. They come in with the full-on haterade. Well, you better make sure you've got your bitch begone spray. Fist bump. Base of the deck, darling dear. We've got Lilith. Face your shadow, darling dears. Are they facing their shadow side? Possibly, because they're embodying it, darling dear. It also speaks about the shadow work you had to do. It was energy that was implanted in you, darling dears, that attracted this wicked person to you. But it was also, right, in completion of said contract, which it was a contract, darling dear. You had to be in the vibration to attract them, and also to what? For them to what? Do their wickedest, darling dear. Do their wickedest. Well, what? Game over. It's done. Are we going to go with what? Leah or Hill? For the ancestral message. I'll give you the numbers. Hell is on what? 75. Right. And Leah is on 10-5. That 10-5 sounds kind of lovely to me, darling dears. Right, the first one I saw was Leah from Donnie Renee. Okay, darling dears, 10-5, right? They need a 10-4, mate. Hey, CB kind radio kind of a style, darling dears. Right, darling dears, let's dive in. I'm going to give it to you so you can screenshot it. It's quite a bit here. I'm not going to read it all, but it's for you to read at your leisure or leisure. Okay, it's got 2 pages. Okay, you got it? Good. Right. Let's peruse this. Right. It says, don't suffer in silence. Ask for what you want. Stand your ground, Scotty. It doesn't say that I improvise, but don't judge me. Anyhow, listen. I don't know why I came in this thick robe, darling dear, because I'm telling you, I'm sweating like somebody's on me, mate. You have an extremely giving and supportive nature. Everyone can always count on you to be there for them. What a fortunate set of species is that can count on you for everything, big cat. And listen, it doesn't say that either, but I still had to put in my 2 pence, right? You put others first, go out of your way. Oh, good God, my eyes are bleeding. I can't believe what I'm seeing. No, bleeding can't. Right? You go out of your way to understand their needs and bend over backwards to honor their requests. These are traits that often show up in empaths, healers, light workers, earth angels, intuitives, and sensitives. Good God, I was about to rip the book to shreds, darling, then throw it at the wall. I thought, where are they going with this? Goddess Leah is urging you to set some limits before you risk losing yourself under a pile of other people's needs. Demands and expectations. Leah smiles widely, assertively claims generous space for you by pushing her stick into the earth. She asks, Are you a living saint? No. Are you being a doormat? Probably, but you're not gonna tell me because you know what I'm gonna. Shut up, Case. All right. Do you have needs, dreams, wishes of your own? That's a big fat yes. Start putting yourself first, blood. It doesn't say that. I ad-libbed. Ask for what you want. Ask for help and be open to receive it. You may feel uncomfortable to begin with, but my waters will enliven you, darling dears. Together we'll clear stagnant patterns and find fertile new ground. Your invocation, I claim my space in the universe. I stand up for myself. I stand up for myself. I don't care who it is. I went to do some grocery shopping on Sunday. Went out really, really early. And because it was early, it just opened. So I finished getting all what I wanted into my basket and minded my own business, right? Had on a new killer lace front, right? My heart-shaped glasses, my face. I had my makeup on. I even took the time to put my eyeshadow on. I felt buoyed that day. Put on a killer matching outfit because, you know, Taurus rising, gonna put it together one way or the other, mate. And I went into the first queue and it was full of people. Everybody's basket was full to the brim. But my intuition said, go to the right. So I went to the right and there were 2 tills. And there were people standing on the right-hand till queuing up to go in there. And the person on the second till, right, the one closest to me, on the right, the person in front was finishing and the belt was empty. So I was like, what's going on? Doesn't nobody see this? So I went in, I looked around, nobody was coming. So I went into the queue and the checkout person was going like this, ushering me into the lane. Started unpacking my things when this lady, a demon from nowhere, says, you've pushed in. I said, I've pushed into what? Everyone else has been queuing up for such a long time and you just jumped to the front of the queue. I said, hold on a bomber-clad minute. Who are you picking on? I said, hold on a minute. You're getting your groceries checked, but yet you're focused on what I'm doing. Focus on your own lane, blood. Focus on your lane. Muttering, and I'm sick of it. I really am. Racism is everywhere, and it's in the UK. This particular, because the area that I live in is predominantly Caucasian, and the supermarket was full of Caucasian. I was the only what melanated cis-street in the building, darling dear. Apart from the person on the till who ushered me into their lane, and they tried to pick on me. Then I realized, hold on a minute, from a distance, it looked like 2 chicken heads arguing, blood. So I just carried on with my day. I checked my groceries and I left. I left them to all of their what? Because she knew. Because I took off my sunglasses so we could eyeball each other. Go one step further, darling dears. And it's going to get real ripped off in here, darling dears. You stand up for yourself in every situation. The enemy comes in many shapes, sizes, and forms. And every time you're about to spiritually level up, darling dears, as the planetary energies are telling us today, with the Skullduggerous moon being in Cancer. I said Cancer. I meant Leo, but Cancer is important for someone. You stand up for yourself. I don't care who's around. You speak up on your behalf. And don't let no one pick on you. Yeah? Return to sender. Shimmy it back. Oh, listen. I even asked myself, Case, did you overreact? No, I didn't. Mind your own business, blood. Focus on your own lane. This is what I tell all of you big cats. Focus on your own lane and you'll be good. But you'll always have the haterade directed at you because you mind your own business. And you look fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely doing it. Don't come mess with me and I'm trying to get what? Ground, was it the ground provisions for my progenies? Because they get angry when they're hungry, darling dears, and they talk about me in duos. They do. But anyway, I digress again. I'm working on my shadow, yeah? Tell them at the back. Yeah? Yeah. And look how the cards are laughing after me, right? Kindness is nurturing, yeah? I'm telling you. Listen, there's levels to losing your rag blood, but there's also what levels to stupidity. That woman was angry in her own life. Her husband was there standing with her, and he looked like her grandchildren as well. And that was her behavior. So just imagine what she's like in the home, on them. The knock. Yeah. Anyhow, that's my tale. I'm going to press on, darling dear. Oh, we was getting some names of the vindictive ones. Right. We've got a B, darling dear, for a bottom feeder. Bacana, Empress energy. We've also got what? The Thursas showing up with what? The letter X. I can't make this up, darling dear. Really and truly, this is the devil card in tarot. You've also got Isa, represented by the Hermit, K-I-C. We have Error on its face. Error is what? It's temperance. I mean, death, darling dear. Somebody who's not had a rebirth. This is distrust and disharmony, represented by the letter what? E. For the what? Echopraxic. Let's get the cards out. We're going to get their usual deck, which is the Vampire Tarot deck. We're going to go with you as well. Base of the deck. Oh, 7 of Knives on its face, darling dear. Somebody who started what? They're trying to think more evenly, darling dear, and balanced. They understood their underhanded sneaky tactics don't work. They're trying to upgrade their what? Sneakery, darling dears. They want to upgrade their sneakery, yeah? Trying to appear more learned, more lofty, trying to come through with what that philosophical angle I told you is already here on the runes. Where are they right now? What's this? 2 of Scepters in a toxic situation, darling dear, amongst the feeble-minded, unable to what? Take true action on what they really want. On its face, one can also speak about what's something going on in the pantaloon, but it also speaks about what? A health crisis, darling dears. Someone's going for a health crisis. And they're the type of people or person that don't like to go to the doctors. We've got the what? 8 of Skulls. If they don't, it's going to keep hotting up, mate. 8 of Skulls means progressing, being more successful in harnessing what? Taking them out, blood. They don't want to go to the doctors to say business. But they'd love to tell you about it, big cat. What did I say? 6 of Cups. They've got the nostalgias, darling dears. They're remembering things in the way only a time traveler can remember it, as they recreate history, darling dears. Yes. It also speaks about what? New opportunities coming towards you. 6 of Cups in the upright. Where is the big cat now? It fell off the back end, darling dear. Covered by the Most High. Boundaried up, mate. You're strapped up and ready. Ready for them for say fair. You will be keke. Hierophant, Taurus energy, darling dears. 2 of Wands is what? Aries energy. Trusting in the Most High. This also speaks about what? Spiritual ascensions, darling dears. It speaks about an upgrade in your spiritual knowledge. You may think that you're only one person, darling dear, but as a light worker star seed, the book already told you. You've got purpose, darling dears. And as you what? Continue to stand and claim dominion over yourself. You can't be took. Not by anyone, darling dears. Once you put God first, realizing that you truly are a volunteer. And those hardships you went through was not to harden you, darling dear. It was to make you what? Wake up. Yeah. Empress on its face, darling dears. Some of you had what? The mother from hell, darling dear. What's that woman's face? What's her name? The one that beat her daughter with a wire hanger. What's her name? Oh my gosh. Her daughter was called Christina. What's it? Joan Crawford. Mummy Dearest. Ah, you had Mummy Dearest. Listen, you was what? You was wounded from the what? The gate, darling dear. This is somebody who's self-serving. This is somebody who focusing on their own self. If they had wealth, you couldn't see it, darling dear. They was too busy what? Stocking it for themselves, darling dear. This is a mother that would have a home like a shrine. Yeah. Not allowed to sit on them plastic seats, yeah? Base of the deck, darling dear. What did I say? You had a mother that was no one's mother, darling dears. Queen of peas on her face. This is somebody who what puts it out there that they're doing really well, but they're not taking care of what? Their progeny. And the pentacles on its face speaks about mental health. This is some mother that was what? Shape-shifting and mean, darling dear. That you're no longer offering any form of loyalty to, darling dears. Well. I just did that for emphasis. Yeah. So this ex that's talk in a toxic situation. Yeah. 2 of Wands on its face, Aries energy, as I said. It also speaks about what? A lack of sex attraction for whom they are around. They realize they're seeing that this person has nothing new, so they must have already bled them dry of whatever they got. How do they feel about the big cat? How do they feel about the big cat? Because they're so vindictive and mean, right? What's this? 9 of Grails on its face. There's no love from you, darling dear. You've kicked over the cup of opium, right? They think you don't desire them. They don't need to think that. They need to know this to their core. And they're also trying to bandy around, right, to all and sundry, that they couldn't give a toss about you. Lies they tell, darling dear, as they continue to what? Buff up their fake profile. The lies they tell to themselves and any other what? Feeble-minded flying monkey, right? It's foolish. Tomfoolery. How you feel about them? 5 of Knives, blood. That's the 5 of Swords. Wash your face like David. They realize that you're not putting up with what they're doing. As far as you're concerned, it's night, darling dear. Night. This person has the knives out for you. They're still speaking about you. They've what? Recreated history on your behalf. You've come out as what? A harridan. That was what? Sucking on their life's blood. It's because of you they're in the situation where they are right now. This is how they feel. They're blaming you for what went on when they didn't look to the what? Spiritual attachments they had on them. I told you, they fulfilled a contract, darling dear. They did. Let the contract remain fulfilled. They're not saying good things about you. They're not happy that you've overcome whatever situation. 5 of Swords could also mean a third party situation. They lack in what? True emotion, no empathy. They've got no regret for what they caused on you, darling dear. And did I say they talk about you to everyone? They talk about you to everyone, till everyone is tired, plumb tuck it out, right? If you're so bad, why are you always on the tip of their tongue? Because they can't get you and they can't be you. God wanted you to know that you had what a terrible mother, in order to what? Show you what a true mother is. If you've got progeny, you will never treat your progeny like that. Some of you don't even want to have children because of your mother, right? Well, never mind. You'll be a mother to someone else's child, whether you're a teacher. Yes, baby. Whatever it is you teach. Spiritually guided. I told you ascension is on the tableau, darling dears. Don't let the what? The what is it 6 planets in retrograde? Yeah. Mercury's in retrograde until the 2nd of October. It's currently in Libra, about to sashay over to Virgo. Yeah. Virgo, the 6th house of responsibilities and routines, darling dears. Mm-hmm. Right? Anyhow, we've also got Jupiter until the 23rd of November. Expansion for expansion or lack of expansion. No new ideas for some, darling dears. We've got the Saturn that likes to come through with the rules and regulations, black, until the 23rd of October. We've also got Uranus that is retrograde. Listen, that's one far out planet, blood. If you allow it, it will build a whole kingdom on one disillusion, darling dear. We've also got the Neptune. Uranus until the 22nd of January 2023. We've got Neptune until the 23rd of December. Neptune in retrograde, blood. You better hold on to your lace front because your psychic abilities will be buffed up for some, and some will be what? Quietened down. Why? They're still living a what? A drudgerous life, filled with wickedness, darling dear, and blame shifting, and spying, and out holiness. You've also got what? Pluto. Let me tell you something. When the transpersonal planets go retrograde, darling dear, it affects people's personality as well as their identity. And Pluto, the 10th planet, again, that number 10, darling dear, for being done. It talks about a lack of regeneration, darling dear. And it also brings up what? Obsessiveness. The ones that haven't changed one fig, right, are obsessed. And they're watching, mate. They're watching. Okay. How you feel about them? They're page blood. Pwah! Sorry. And you're not taking... I'm overstepping my boundary. You're not, as I was saying, you're not taking any shit from this person. This is the King of Wands on its face, the one with the unsatisfied eyes, and the what? Panani of a tomb that has no pause or chill factor. Didn't remember you as soon as it left your side, darling dear. The one with the what? Amnesia. Selective amnesia, darling dears. You know that this page, pwah, would love to come and offer up, darling dear, to see if they can get back in. This person, yes, they used their intuition. They were guided to you, darling dears, but you've seen them off. They can't come back. King of Wands on its face. This is a full-on narc, darling dear. Up to narkiness. Yeah. They want to come and offer up something to you, right? And you know that they didn't want the situation to be over. Why? You was their strongest supply, black. What are you talking about? You're a limitless being. Well, guess what? Hawkeye sticks of dawn, mate. Talk to me back. As you continue to take this leap of faith into your infinite possibilities and new beginnings, darling dears. And in some ages, because the page also represents somebody young, you didn't have the same age between you, or if you did, this person was immature, blood. They're a page and a fool. Those are the kind words you're using. The kind words. Break my heart. Break my heart. Listen, you're not having it, mate. You focused on what? Not the heartbreak, on getting to the bag. You're busy, darling dear. I told you. Somebody better tell them that no one's checking for them. Boo! You understood the assignment, darling dear. To recognize the red flag and keep it moving, Scotty, in a swift kind of Speedy Gonzales way. So what's their next move, this Vindictive Ex? Base of the deck, we've got the what? 4 of Scepters on its face. Well, guess what? Return to sender. It speaks about what? A destabilized home. This is a situation where they're what? They're trying to galvanize other people on their hate squad, darling dear. They're trying to get a hate squad together. All because you said, how now, brown cow? And 2 of these and 1 of those. They're trying to gather some kind of uprising, some kind of aspersion. This also speaks about some kind of a meeting. It could also speak about some family affair, darling dear. Trust and believe. If they're still friends with your ex, right, they're coming in, mate. That person, those family members will invite the ex just to what? Put a spanner in the works. Spanner in the works, eh? They're getting fancy, big cat. What's this? 5 of Grails. In their deepest heart, darling dear, they are sad and they are sorry. And they're missing. Let the Bajujo stay with them. That hot wind of regret, darling dear. What they chose over you, circumstances, situations, the lies they told at your back, darling dear, as soon as they left your presence. They regret, darling dear, that you've got common sense. They regret that you saw them without their mask. They regret that they didn't put more effort into hiding their true nature. Regret is not remorse. The difference between a Peter and a full-on Judas. Moon card. And they're coming in with what? Disillusionment. The moon also speaks about what? Bad energies, darling dears. I told you. This is a what? A frenemy, right? An ex that never really was on your side, darling dear. This person always had what? Not even an axe, darling dear. A scathe for your back. I just heard they moved something. Somebody tripped on something. They deliberately moved it in the night so that you would hurt yourself. They did that shit. World card, yeah. What is this? The 5 of Skulls and then Brock. They ain't got no money, blood. They haven't got no money. They're in debt. They're in court in Keitha as well as Malkuth, darling dear. Nothing like the spiritual debt to get the what? Kicking the spiritual nutsack, darling dears. Makes you what? Wild. What's this? 7 of Skulls. Wanting to come and plant a seed, darling dears. They want to be on your gang now. Remember the chain gang they had you on? What's this? 3 of Wands. Because they've got no clear future, darling dears. It's destabilized. They've lied to so many people, created a lot of what? Wickedness at their back. This is somebody who uses other people's emotions, comes with all the passion, but lacks the luster, darling dear, and the staying power, or the foresight to what? Plan all the way to the end. Well, guess what? They didn't plan what's happening to them, darling dear, but yet they are planning for you as they watch with their hot breath and their what? Sputnik eye, as they continue to launch the hillbilly investigations. So what's the big cat gonna do? Minding your own business. You're not taking no chat back from anyone from the past. They didn't want it to be over. Well, guess what? It's over, right? It was the cup of a page pretending to be a king. When you chose you, darling dear, and kept that higher mind, started to pray and what? Plan, plot and strategize, darling dear. You took this leap of faith. You didn't know where your next step was going to come from, but guess what? You had faith to what? Believe the stairs to be there. And you stepped out there, darling dears. Your health has gotten better. You've got a whole new hairline. Some of you are snatching in your waist. You've got your sea moss, darling dear. You've actually got money in your bank account for a change. Listen, so many things have improved once you started to think with a what? Flip-flop kind of a mind. Common sense, darling dear. They want to come through the cup of hopium. This is a false sorry. It's the kind of sorry that says, I apologize for what I did. And if you say, well, what exactly are you apologizing? Why are you trying to start an argument? Yes, that kind of an apology. Yeah. Foolishness. So what are you going to do, big cat? Be charming, darling dear, and keep it moving, Scotty. This is about you, what? Casting out your net. This is, some of you are going to be offering up your cup. Your heart has been healed because we see the 3 of Swords on its face, darling dear. Some of you are casting out your net. Some of you are desiring love or new partnerships, new acquaintances. This is about invitations, darling dears. Some of you are taking up every single invitation because it's an opportunity to what? Meet a like-minded soul. Your back is to all of this. And this person is watching your back. Your shapely back, I might add. With their fake identities online. You're brooding in your horizon, blood. You only talk to kings, right? Because you're a king, queen, queen, king, right? Somebody who's established in their life, somebody who's built themselves from the inside out. So you are someone that knows your worth, darling, and you've added tax. You worked hard on yourself, right? And it's also the balancing out of what people pleasing. You please no one but the Most High. Remember I told you that. You're not ready for no burdens, blood. You don't want the burdens. Tell them at the back, don't come with no burdens. Because you come with all the smoke, the fire, and the spiritual reparations, blood. Yeah. Your words carry spiritual weight, my darling dears. The sudden change of it all. They won't even realize what's happened before they're spun out and back into their drudgerous life. At the Mud Hut, at 911 Freddy Krueger Avenue, 2 streets over from the loser lane, in the district of the damned. Yes. Listen. You're not ready to be a dummy bat or lose control of your mentals, darling dears, because it will be very bad for you, big cat. And for anyone else who tries it, mate. Someone's going out in a bandage, yeah? And somebody's also going to be going to the graveyard for what? All eternity, darling dears. You don't want it to go that far. This is why you're vigilant. This is why you pray on everything. This is why you take the time to what? Do the recon, right? You're resilient, right? Determined. And you're determined not to go to prison. Because this is also a prison card, darling dears. Losing everything. Pay attention. You'll be drawn out, darling dears, especially if it's a family situation. They will invite the ex. I told you, if it's a family member will always keep your enemies updated, darling dears. Their mouth, that cake hole, that slash they've got in their air-bending mouth, right, has no pause or chill factor, especially in the face of you, big cat. Because they can't believe how you bossed up. How you're able to what? Claim dominion over yourself and not be bothered by the villagers in the back, right next to the brick wall of what? Ruminating thoughts. You focus on your progeny and what you can get going in your life, darling dear, going towards your infinite possibilities. You divorced yourself from situations that weren't working for you when you remembered you only have one life. Burdens who? Challenge where? Listen, people pleasing be gone. Return to sender. Yeah, not having it. Well, where are we? We're at the 47. Let's get another deck. About these vindictive exes. What else do they want? These sniveling. Oh my gosh, this is an old injury. So I did it when I was doing my kettlebell training. I pulled the muscle in my shoulder. And then I did get some therapy from my GP, but it didn't work. When I used to put my hand behind my back, I could just put it past my waist. And I thought, I'm not giving up. I went and bought myself some Sean T videos, mate. So I've got full extension, but sometimes my shoulder slips out of the what? The socket, and everything's assigning a reading. Somebody wants you to shoulder a burden that you can't fix, darling dear. Be careful of those coming back, especially during the Mercury retrograde. Some will be coming through just to what? Check your temperature, burn them blows line. Yeah, bonnet, bonfire for that. Check your temperature. Base of the deck, darling. It will be a crime scene. A crime scene, spiritually and physically. We don't want the crime. I told you we can't go to prison like R. Kelly. Look, it was in the upright to tell you what would happen if you allow it in. But even spirit is saying, don't do it. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it. Because they want to what? Dip off the spiritual short bus, yeah? They know that it's about to go past the sign that says you can't F off past this point. They want to dip off that bus, right? With all of them spiritual attachments and all of that vindictiveness in their feeble pea-brained mind to work on you, darling dear. You better make sure it misses your stop. Better yet, make the stop into a Bermuda Triangle. What do you need to trust, darling dear? What do you need to trust? Your third eye, blood. Your intuition. Your discernment. Your cat eye. You've got to trust it, mate. You better make sure. Because they're coming through with the compliments and the apologies of a page. Pwah! Let me sip my mocha. Because I ain't getting smoked, blood. My hairline comes first. I love my hairline. We should have what a national holiday of Hairline Day, where everybody what gets to count their common senses. Yeah, buff it up to a bitchy and shine, mate. Shine that bitch off. Take the time to go and meditate and go within. I'll got to show you the toxic, to show you. And you'll be shown, darling dear, but don't be surprised when everybody leaves. It's an intervention, darling dear, because you're a volunteer. Divine has seen the hard work you've put into yourself, into your progeny, into what forging out a new life for yourself. It wasn't easy, especially when you didn't know where your unknown steps were going to take you. But you was always a guided, darling dear. You may have felt lonely, but you was never alone. This is why I task you always with having your altar, giving thanks to your ancestral team, to the Most High, Father, God, Mother, Isis. Where is your quiet praying space? In your domicile, the same one that God gifted you, right? Where is it? I don't care what anybody else thinks when I'm lighting my candles and my incense. If my incense is bothering you, blood, I'm going to trust what my effing eyes are seeing, blood. I'm going to understand the discernment that you are an evil spirit and you need to get out. Matter of fact, how did you sneak in here? Didn't the red brick stop you? Intervention for you, darling dear, because you've got ethics. You had to learn these things when you had to let go of that wicked mother. We saw the empress on her face that never nurtured you. And in some cases, they were jealous of your youth and your what? Your intellect. I told you come with the badass alchemist ways. That's the magician. You've got it in the cranium. But they tried to dumb it down because they couldn't be you. The black sheep, darling dear. They wanted you to hide your what? Your best. But your best is getting better, right? Remember I told you that on a daily basis as you continue to what? Face your shadow side. Any addictive behaviors that you have at this moment in time, darling dear. Yes, I understand you may have got into it when you first got the shock or tried to come away. But if you are still using these addictive behaviors to keep you on the straight and narrow, you are being ruled by your shadow self and you have a spiritual attachment. Nothing should run you in this world except prayer and expectation of getting great, darling dear. I like being the black sheep. Yeah. Why? Because they're afraid to phone me, black. Don't phone me. Oh, don't. Oh, no. They're dumb as a crumb if they're trying to call me. These hood-looking alfalfas that I left in the past right next to the pyramids, black. As must you be, cat. I told you, red light, green light champion and all that. Of 79. Oh, baby and a toddler. Yeah, on its face, darling dears. If you're co-parenting with this ex, they have no responsibility to this child, darling dears. Why? Because they can't get you in the boudoir. They don't want to give any form of money, no maintenance. They don't care about the child. The child was what used to what tie you down, Scotty, when Big Cat is built to be free. What's this? And you're not convenient. They can't get you. They can't get at you with the words that they're speaking to the feeble-minded, right? What did I just tell you about the addictive behaviors? Any behaviors that you adopted, being around these wicked people, you have to get a handle on it, darling dears. And they are ruining your life, running your life and keeping you small. And if you're allowing yourself to be kept small, there may be a window or an entry for the page to get back in, Scotty. Let's get one final deck. And we've got to press on, because it's a day to get. Every day is a great day, darling dears. Final messages for the big cat, as these vindictive exes didn't believe they thunk he wouldn't be done. Oh well. Thank you. I told you. Medical attention. They need some form of medical attention, but they're not prepared to put in the effort to find out what's wrong with them, and they're reaping what they sowed. We don't need to do Cluedo, darling dears. We know who did it and with what. That poison for tumor, what black coal of Calcutta. They call her Panani. And you're on a new level, blood. You can't be allowing yesteryear demons and devils to come back into your existence, especially those that need medical attention. And as well, they should have put what? Spiritual attention, blood. They need an exorcist. But needs and wants, darling dear. It's about the needs and the wants. They need it, but they didn't want to get it. Right? What is this? As we started the read, we shall finish the read. The planetary entry spoke about what? The Skullduggerous moon entering the fifth house, the Leo, darling dear, the house of the heart. Your aura has been raised. So therefore you are definitely a beacon, but divinely is tasking you with what? Keeping that childlike spirit about you, darling dears. Bring romance back into your life. In some cases, date yourself. When was the last time you took yourself to a 5-star restaurant? Start putting yourself out there, darling dears. We saw the Knight of Cups. You don't know who you might meet on your travels. And never you forget, your intuition, your cat eye, must always come first, darling dear. Buff it up to a bitchin' shine. Where is the... Let's get the wellness deck. Look what's on the base of the deck. It's over. It's finished. Dead in the water. Final message. And then we're out of here because we're almost at the 60. I can be such a chatty cat. What's this? Soulmate? What's behind that? Ascended? Listen, there's nothing wrong with soulmate, but in the reverse, that's a whole blowtorch. As you continue to what? Put yourself out there. Appreciate this new life, this new lease on life that you have, darling dear. You'll be meeting what? True soul tribe. And you won't have to play Cluedo, and you won't have to guess. What type of persona they're emitting, they'll be their true selves, right? Why? Because everything that was promised you is about to be afforded unto you, darling dear. The Leo, the fifth house is the house of what? Luxury, darling dears. Remember I told you that? Luxury that you will receive abundance from using your creativities. Take a picture, blood. What did I say? Yeah, Clouseau. Yeah, the mouth breather. Right? They're watching you sail. Look, Grim Reaper. They may even end up brown bread, darling dear. And it also speaks about an accident by water. That's their business, blood. And this, look, did you see all them Sputnik cameras? What's this? Listen! The two-faced bastardo. Listen, on that note, I'm leaving it right there. Because we're telling all their business and we haven't got any more time, rather than 60 minutes to get great, to realize that you're on the right path. Don't look back, darling dear. The only time you go back and forth, darling dears, is when you're rocking to Aliyah. Yeah? Fist bump. On that note, I dropped me mic. I was about to talk. Somebody don't want me to speak. Throat chakra, tried to catch it, yeah? Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. 162 in the chat. Namaste, my big cat. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on those tarot streets. Keep your circle tight and right, darling dear. And keep your eyes on the prize.